Making phones easier to use. Views from consumers. People look for different things from their mobiles. For older and disabled people, usability is more important than fashion.
The main things I'm looking for in a phone is the ease with which I can hold it and make a phone call, and the ease with which I can one finger text.
It does have a bit of an influence. I mean, the iPhone obviously looks very good. It has a bit of clarity, but at the end of the day, I think for me, the most important thing is it clear? Can I use it properly? And can I get the full potential out of it?
While for younger, mainstream users, fashion often comes first.
Fashion and colour and size and buttons and not having a touch screen or being a flip phone. I don't want a flip phone or a slide phone. Just fashionable, really.
It's got to look good and it's got to be trendy at the time. It has to be within my price range. I'm not that bothered about how easy it is to use because my theory is that I'll be able to use it anyway. Yeah.
Older and disabled people often use a limited range of functions on their mobile phones.
At the moment, purely using it for making phone calls to either other mobiles or landlines, or sending texts and sending pictures, taking pictures and sending them. I don't connect to the internet because I find I don't need to, and I find it very costly.
I use mainly for emergencies, calling a taxi, or if I need a lift, to call my husband or somebody, or to receive calls only on few occasions, not very often.
Older and disabled users can be very knowledgeable about the features they need.
I think the two things are the size and clarity of the screen, the larger the better, and the ease of use of the keys, the size of the keys. Those are the two main things I look for, and then I consider price.
So how the keys are arranged, how they are visibly to me, if they've got good contrast, the shapes of the keys, for example, if the number keys are shaped in a different way to the action keys like menu, back, OK, and so forth, and how easy it is to identify where the number 5 is, because I'm very used to orienting a number keypad by finding where the 5 is and then knowing where the numbers are all around it, and that is extremely important. And just how easy can I actually access the menus and so on.
It has to be user-friendly for a visually impaired person, and a good contrast. The buttons need to be tactile, and the screen, the letters have to have not only the contrast, but they have to be large enough for me to see, because I have some vision. And really it has to be ease of use, because I carry so many things in my bag like magnifiers. Phone has to be compact enough for me, and yet with large buttons.
But getting the right information and support is not always easy.
I don't go to the shops usually for two reasons. A, I don't have anybody to take with me, and B, I don't find shops really understand the needs of the visually impaired people.
I'm not a great one for using the internet. I like to get interface with people and have somebody explain it. But I don't necessarily think that any of the shops on the high street are as user-friendly as they could be, particularly if you're not maybe technically minded and know what you want.
It's very hard for me as a visually impaired person to access any information because it's nearly always up on walls or in leaflets that I can't read. So I have to rely on the assistants, and therefore I need the assistants to be able to ask me the right questions to steer me along the route of what actually my needs are. What do I want at the end of the day? There is a strong feeling that they just want to sell you the shiniest, brightest, newest, gimmicky one that they possibly can, probably because that's the most expensive as well, without listening to what my needs are. But I think as well, we, visually impaired people, have a responsibility ourselves for knowing what our needs are. We can't expect everybody in every shop to know the whole range of visual impairment requirements.
Interviews conducted by Usability on behalf of the Communications Consumer Panel, September 2010.